Have you ever stood in front of the mirror, tilted your head a little to the side, and suddenly noticed a new dark spot staring back at you? Maybe it was on your cheek, maybe on the back of your hand, maybe right there on your chest where the neckline of your shirt reveals just enough. And your first thought was, wait a second, when did this show up? Was it here yesterday? If you're over 50, I'd bet you know exactly what I'm talking about. Those stubborn little patches of darker skin that creep in, almost like uninvited guests at a party. Some call them age spots. Some call them liver spots. But for most people, they all feel the same, like visible reminders that time is moving a little faster than we'd like. And here's the thing, you're not alone in noticing them. Millions of people, every single morning, wake up, look in the mirror, and feel a little pang of frustration. Some sigh, some frown, some even avoid looking too closely. Because those spots, they can feel like they steal a little bit of confidence each day. Let's be honest, have you ever caught yourself trying to hide them? Maybe you pulled on long sleeves on a warm day, not because you were cold, but because you didn't want your hands to show. Maybe you avoided being in pictures with friends because you knew the camera would capture every detail. Or maybe you just felt that quiet envy when you looked at someone else's smooth, even-toned skin and thought, when did mine change so much? I hear this story all the time, and I can tell you it's not just cosmetic, it's emotional. Because the skin is the first thing we show to the world. And when we don't feel good about it, it affects how we move, how we speak, even how we show up in social situations. Now, let's get something straight. These age spots, they're not random. They're not there to make your life harder, even if it feels that way. In fact, every single one of them is a story your skin is telling you. A story of all the hours you spent outside under the sun when you were younger. A story of hormonal changes your body has gone through. A story of your skin working overtime to protect you from UV rays, year after year. In a way, each spot is like a little badge of survival. But let's be honest, you didn't ask for that badge, did you? You didn't ask for it to be permanent. You didn't ask for it to stare back at you every morning. And while it may be a natural part of aging, it doesn't mean you have to live with it forever. Here's the frustrating part though. Most people, when they start to notice these spots, rush to treatments that are either disappointing or downright punishing to the skin. Maybe you've tried some of these yourself. Expensive creams that promise the world but deliver almost nothing. Chemical peels that burn and sting. Laser treatments that cost thousands of dollars per session. Prescription creams that make your skin red, sensitive, and even more uncomfortable than before. And after all that, what happens? You might see a little improvement, but most of the time, you're left disappointed. You've spent hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You've endured the irritation, and the spots still sit there like stubborn little reminders that nothing worked. And each failure chips away at your confidence a little more. It's no wonder so many people just give up. They think, well, I guess this is just my skin now. Maybe I have to accept it. And they resign themselves to living with those spots. But let me tell you something important. That's not the end of the story. See, the beauty industry has a secret. They profit off your insecurity. They want you to believe that fighting age spots requires complicated procedures, exotic chemicals, and treatments only they can sell you. But nature, in its quiet, powerful way, has already provided everything your skin needs. And the answer? It's not hiding in some fancy lab. It's not behind a paywall of $1,000 treatments. No, it's right there, in your kitchen. Let me ask you this. What if the solution to fading those stubborn dark spots without pain, without chemicals, without spending a fortune, was sitting in your grocery bag right now? What if two of the most ordinary ingredients could transform the way you feel about your reflection? Wouldn't you want to at least try? Now, before I tell you what these ingredients are, I want you to imagine this. Imagine waking up one morning, looking in the mirror, and instead of frowning at those patches, you notice them softening, lightening, fading. Imagine pulling on that short-sleeved shirt without hesitation. Imagine holding your hand out in the sunlight without feeling self-conscious. Imagine someone snapping a photo at a family gathering, and you don't even think twice because your skin feels like yours again. Clear, confident, radiant. That's the kind of transformation I'm talking about. And it doesn't take months. It doesn't take a second mortgage. It doesn't even take a trip to the dermatologist. What it takes is a little faith in what nature can do when we use it the right way. So let's get into it. The two humble heroes of this story? Potatoes and ginger. Yes, the same potato you might roast for dinner. The same ginger you might add to your tea. Nothing exotic, nothing expensive. Just two simple foods that most people walk past in the grocery store without ever realizing the power they carry. Sound too simple? Let's break it down. Potatoes. Did you know that inside that plain, starchy vegetable is an enzyme called catecholase? Science shows us that this enzyme has a remarkable ability. It gently regulates melanin production. And what is melanin? It's the pigment that gives your skin its color, and it's also the pigment that makes those spots dark. So when potatoes regulate melanin, they're helping to lighten those patches naturally. And there's more. Potatoes are also loaded with vitamin C. Now, I'm sure you've heard about vitamin C in skincare before. Dermatologists love it. Vitamin C is a powerhouse. It supports even skin tone. It boosts your skin's healing process. It encourages collagen production. And the potato delivers it in a gentle, natural way that doesn't strip or irritate like harsh exfoliants. Imagine it as a kind of soft, comforting touch on your skin, one that works with your body instead of against it. Now let's talk about ginger. Ah, ginger. Spicy, warming, fragrant. But beyond its taste in tea or stir-fry, ginger is packed with antioxidant compounds. And these compounds, they stimulate blood circulation right where you apply them. Better circulation means better nutrient delivery, and better nutrients mean your skin cells regenerate faster. But ginger doesn't stop there. It's also a powerful anti-inflammatory. And if you've ever noticed how some age spots look darker, redder, or more irritated than others, inflammation is often the reason. By calming that inflammation, ginger helps your skin not just look better, but actually heal more effectively. Now imagine what happens when you bring these two together. Potato works on the surface, gently exfoliating, brightening, and regulating pigment. Ginger works deeper, firing up circulation, calming inflammation, and feeding your skin from within. Together, they create what I like to call a double-layered solution. One ingredient works outside in, the other works inside out, and when they meet in the middle, that's when you see results. And here's the best part: no harsh chemicals, no burning, no side effects that make you regret you ever tried. Just pure, natural effectiveness. It's like giving your skin a hug instead of a punishment. Are you starting to see the picture? The simplicity of it, the elegance of letting nature do what it's always done. In just a moment, I'll walk you step by step through how to prepare this treatment at home. Spoiler alert, it's so easy, you'll wonder why nobody ever told you before. But first, let's pause for a second, because I know what some of you might be thinking. Potato and ginger? Really? That's it? Yes, that's it. Sometimes the simplest things really are the most powerful. Science backs it up. Generations of natural healers back it up. And most importantly, you'll see it yourself when you try it. Now before we move forward, let me gently remind you, if you're finding this conversation helpful, take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. It helps us keep sharing natural solutions like this with you. And who knows, the next tip we share might be the one that changes your health in another area of your life. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the how, because it's one thing to know the theory, but it's another to actually put it into practice. And trust me, once you try this, you'll see why I'm so passionate about it. Alright, let's roll up our sleeves and get practical, because theory is nice, but what you really want is the how. How do you actually take these two humble ingredients, potato and ginger, and turn them into a treatment that makes a real difference for your skin? Let's start with step 1, choosing your potato. You want a fresh, raw potato, not one that's been sitting around sprouting little eyes, not one that's bruised or covered in dark marks. Pick a clean, firm potato with smooth skin. Why? Because the fresher the potato, the more potent the juice, the more active those enzymes that regulate melanin will be. Think of it like this: a potato is a bit like a battery. The fresher it is, the more power it carries. Step 2, preparation. Grab a fine grater, one you might use for cheese or vegetables. Wash the potato thoroughly, then grate it completely. As you grate, you'll notice juice beginning to seep out. That juice? That's liquid gold. That's the part packed with enzymes and vitamin C. Don't throw it away. Collect it in a small bowl if you can. Now for the ginger. Choose a piece about the size of your thumb. Peel it carefully to remove the outer skin. Sometimes people skip this, but trust me, peeling makes the paste smoother and easier to apply. Then grate the ginger just like you did with the potato. Immediately you'll notice the aroma, sharp, spicy, almost electrifying. That scent? That's the antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds being released. It's nature's little signal that you're about to do something good. Step 3, mixing. Combine the grated potato and grated ginger in a small bowl. Stir until it forms a moist paste. The texture should be easy to spread, neither dripping wet nor too dry. If it's too watery, add a little more grated potato. If it's too thick, add a few drops of the potato juice you saved. What you want is a paste that feels like something you could spread onto a piece of bread. Smooth, moist, but holding together. Now comes the fun part, application. Start with clean, dry skin. Wash your hands, face, or wherever the spots are, and pat dry gently. Then, using your fingertips, apply the paste generously over the dark spots. Don't be shy. Cover them well. Think of it as painting your skin with a little mask of nature. Leave it on for about 20 minutes. During this time, you might feel a gentle warmth from the ginger. That's circulation waking up, blood flow improving, skin cells being nourished. It shouldn't burn or sting. If it does, rinse it off and try again with less ginger next time. After 20 minutes, rinse off with cool water and pat your skin dry with a soft towel. Avoid rubbing. Let your skin stay calm. How often should you do this? Ideally 3 to 4 times a week. That's often enough to see results, but gentle enough to respect your skin's natural rhythm. Now let's talk expectations. Because here's the truth. No natural treatment works like a magic wand overnight. If someone promises you instant results, they're probably selling you a lie. But with patience and consistency, this potato ginger paste really can transform your skin. Here's what you can expect. After the very first use, your skin may feel fresher, smoother, a little more alive. After 1 week, the spots may start looking slightly lighter, their edges softer. After 2 to 3 weeks, the difference becomes more noticeable, spots fading, tone evening out, confidence growing. After a month of consistent use, you may catch yourself smiling in the mirror again, realizing that those stubborn marks aren't as stubborn anymore. And remember, while the potato and ginger are doing their magic, your lifestyle plays a role too. Think of it like gardening. You can plant the seeds, but you also need sunlight and water for the garden to thrive. So here are a few gentle lifestyle tips to boost your results. Tip 1. Protect your skin from the sun. Age spots are mostly caused by UV exposure. If you keep stepping out into the sun without protection, it's like trying to clean a window while someone keeps throwing mud at it. Wear sunscreen. Wear hats. Give your skin a break. Tip 2. Hydrate. Your skin is like a sponge. A dry sponge cracks. A hydrated sponge is soft and plump. Drink water throughout the day. Herbal teas are great too. And don't forget, juicy fruits like watermelon, oranges and cucumber also count as hydration. Tip 3. Eat skin-friendly foods. Remember, your skin is a reflection of what's happening inside. Foods rich in vitamin C, like citrus fruits, strawberries, and bell peppers, help your skin heal and brighten. Omega-3 fatty acids from walnuts, flax seeds, or salmon help keep skin supple and reduce inflammation. Even green leafy vegetables, like spinach, provide antioxidants that protect your skin from future damage. Tip 4. Sleep. Yes, the good old beauty sleep. It's not a myth. When you sleep, your skin regenerates. Think of it as the night shift for your skin cells. Give them the hours they need to repair, and you'll notice the difference. Now let's zoom out for a moment. Why is this so important? Why not just shrug and accept age spots as a natural part of life? Because confidence matters. Because how you feel in your own skin affects everything else. If fading those spots helps you walk taller, smile more, and enjoy being in photos again, then it's not just skin deep, it's quality of life. And here's the beauty of this remedy. It's accessible. It doesn't require thousands of dollars. It doesn't require a specialist appointment. It's in your hands, literally. All it takes is a potato, a piece of ginger, and a little consistency. So, if you've been let down by creams, burned by peels, or discouraged by price tags, I encourage you, try this. Try it for a few weeks. Let nature show you what it can do. And if this works for you, and I believe it will, share it. Share it with a friend, a sister, a neighbor, because the best remedies aren't locked away in fancy clinics. They're simple, they're natural, and they're meant to be passed along. So here we are. We started with frustration in the mirror, those dark little spots that seem to appear out of nowhere, and we ended with something so simple, so natural, that it almost feels like a secret hiding in plain sight. A potato, a piece of ginger, 2 ingredients you've probably walked past hundreds of times at the store, never realizing that they could hold the key to changing the way you feel about your skin. And that's really the point, isn't it? Change. Not the kind of change that demands thousands of dollars, scary treatments, or endless jars of creams, but the kind of change that comes from reconnecting with nature, from remembering that our bodies and the earth are designed to work together. Think about it. Your skin has been with you since the day you were born. It has weathered summers of sun, winters of dryness, years of stress, celebrations, and even heartbreak. Every line, every freckle, every spot, it's been part of your story. But just because your skin carries your story doesn't mean you have to accept every mark as permanent. You still get to decide what chapters you want to write next. And isn't it incredible that something as humble as a potato, something we mash for dinner, fry for a quick snack, could also be a healer? Isn't it powerful that ginger, which we use to soothe a sore throat or spice up a tea, can also awaken our skin circulation and calm inflammation? It's almost poetic. Nature never wastes a gift. Now imagine this. 3 weeks from today, you wake up, step into the bathroom, glance at the mirror, and instead of seeing the same stubborn patches, you notice a shift. Maybe it's subtle at first, a softening of the edges, a lighter tone, a smoother feel, and you smile, because for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're in control again. You feel like your skin is giving something back to you instead of taking something away. And then a month from now, you go out with friends, someone takes a picture, and you don't flinch, you don't cringe, you don't try to hide your hands or avoid the camera.
You just smile, naturally, freely, because your confidence has quietly returned, little by little, with every potato and ginger mask you've applied. That's the gift of this remedy. Not perfection, because perfection is an illusion, but possibility. The possibility of looking at yourself and feeling proud, comfortable, confident. The possibility of choosing natural, gentle care over harsh chemicals and empty promises. And here's something else to remember. This isn't just about age spots. It's about reminding yourself that you're not powerless, that you can take simple steps right here, right now, to feel better in your own skin, that you don't have to wait for someone else to hand you the answer. Nature has already placed it in your hands, so don't let another day pass where you sigh at the mirror and walk away discouraged. Take action. Open your kitchen drawer, pick up that potato, grate that ginger, mix them together and give your skin 20 minutes of love, 20 minutes of nourishment, 20 minutes that could slowly, surely change the way you see yourself. And when you notice the change, because you will, share it. Tell a friend. Pass it along to someone who's been hiding their hands in photos or covering up their chest in summer, because sometimes the most powerful remedies are not meant to be kept secret. They're meant to be shared, like wisdom, like kindness. Before I let you go, let me leave you with this thought. Confidence isn't about looking younger. It's not about pretending you're 20 again. It's about owning your journey, taking care of yourself with compassion, and embracing the skin you're in, while still giving it the chance to glow. And trust me, when you give your skin a little care, it gives back in ways you never expected. So try it. And if this video helped you, give it a like, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe so we can keep walking this path of natural health together. Because who knows, the next simple tip might not just help your skin. It might help your heart, your energy, even your overall well-being. Your skin has been protecting you for a lifetime. Maybe it's time you return the favor with something as simple, as beautiful, and as powerful as potato and ginger.